What is the impact of a single moment on a life, and how do our choices reveal our character? In Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, Curly's wife says to Lenny, "Here, feel right here," because she allows him to touch her hair for the reason that Lenny likes soft things. This small event impacted her whole life in just a matter of minutes because Lenny didn't want to let go, even though she told him to, and so he got aggressive until he shook her and her body flopped like a fish. And then she was still, for Lenny had broken her neck. It's clarified that Lenny killed her, and if she hadn't let him touch her, she wouldn't have died and she would have kept going on with her life. In Macbeth, Lady Macbeth shows us that it's easy to manipulate a man into doing something by questioning their masculinity when she tells Macbeth, "Wouldst thou have that which thou esteems the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? Letting I dare not wait upon, I would like the poor cat thee a dad." Lady Macbeth's choices reveal her character by showing that once she decides something, she won't let it go until it's set and done. Further into the play, Lady Macbeth's life changes drastically due to the fact that her and her husband killed a man. Her guilt starts taking over until one day she starts sleepwalking and starts saying to herself, "Out, damn spot, out, I say. What, will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that." Lady Macbeth can't control her guilt and therefore commits suicide because she can't live with the fact that she killed a man. When we read Cinderella by the Grimm brothers, it is clear that the prince came up with a plan that would later change his future. The prince was desperate to find out who the pretty girl was, and so the prince, however, had set a trap. He had the entire stairway smeared with pitch. When she ran down the stairs, her left slipper stuck in the pitch. The prince picked it up. It was small and dainty and pure of gold. This specific choice that the prince decided to make reveals to the reader that he is determined to find and get what he is looking for. Further into the story, the prince went looking for her at her house where her stepsisters lived too. After the sisters tried on the shoe, he asked if there was another daughter. They all said, "Oh no, she is much too dirty. She cannot be seen." But the prince didn't give up, and so he insisted on it, and they had to call Cinderella. If the prince hadn't insisted and moved on to a different house just because Cinderella was dirty, he would have never found the right one, and he didn't let his judgment for appearance ruin everything. A modern-day example that correlates to the driving question comes from The Big Impact of Small Moments by Steff and Burke. It talks about a high school student named Kayla who got offered an internship for computer science. At first she was iffy and she didn't want to be a part of it because she thought it would be boring and she never saw herself doing that. But when she did it, she enjoyed it. And now Kayla's looking to go to college with a major in computer science. This impacted her life because she never thought that she'd be interested in computer science, and if she hadn't given the internship a shot, she would have never found out that she finds it interesting. Her choice reveals that she's willing to try new things even if she doesn't like it, and it shows that she's an open-minded person. In the final analysis, it can be seen that a small moment can impact a life greatly and even in a small way. It can also impact a life negatively and positively. The choices someone makes can reveal a small part of their personality, and sometimes it's easy to tell what type of person someone is based on the way they make their choices and decide things.